Howdy Fixer, so do you hear my car? It sounds like a diesel, doesn't it? You can hear it? Sounds like a diesel. Well, it's not a diesel, it's actually a Toyota Sienna van, and it's got a 3.5 in it. And we have a thing that we usually do that's kind of common. So I'm going to show you how to fix this clickety clack. Just stay along and I'll show you what I'm doing. Howdy Fixers, so you kind of heard what was going on there. It's a pretty common problem. You got phasers with like your newer engines. You have cam phasers, or you have the solenoids themselves that control the cam phasers. They get gunked up, and they don't allow the phasers to work correctly when you want to time further advance or further retard your timing when it comes to going down the road. And you heard that clack, and it's not so much now because I've drove it for a little bit. But you can hear it, and it clack, 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 clack. If you ever heard a 5.4 Triton, it'll do the same thing whenever, like, you raise the idle a little bit sometimes. If your phasers are clacking a little bit, you can hear them, and they chunk really bad. Those are bad for braking. I don't know about these Toyotas, but they could be too. But what I'm going to do is, this guy has, according to his oil change sticker, he has 210,000 miles was the interval it was supposed to be changed at. And then the oil change where we're at right now is 241,000 miles. So he is 31,000 miles over an oil change. And he said that he hasn't done an oil change since he's just been adding oil to it. So we pop the cap. It looks pretty grody in there. So what we usually do is we put this stuff called BG EPR or equivalent. There's stuff in there that goes in there, and you change the oil, you put it in there with the oil, and then it just basically gets rid of all the gunk, and then just after it cleans everything, it leaves in the bottom of your pan, and then you drain the oil, and away she goes. It's really good stuff. I'm doing this video to kind of give you a comparison. I'm not sponsored by BG by any means it's a good product. I've used them for the last like 11, 12 years, and it's amazing what their products can do. So here we go. Alright Fixers, so this is the oil filter out of it. This is what it looks like after you don't change your oil for a long time, because it gets so plugged up and the pressure sucks the filter inward, and that's what happens. So you see in there all that dirt. So that's not a good thing. So hopefully changing the oil, putting our stuff in there is going to help fix our issue. So what I'm doing is I'm draining the oil. I've already drained it, and I'm adding oil to it now. So what I'm doing is I'm adding the new oil to the first change. I'm doing 2 changes just to make sure that all my bases are covered and all the dirt's gonna be out of here. So I'm gonna, because I just didn't feel confident with leaving that oil in there. So I'm gonna put new oil in there, run it with my cleaner from BG, and it's gonna take care of that tick. And then we're gonna change out the oil and put new fresh stuff in there. And I think we're also gonna put a new filter in there, just to make sure that our bases are covered and everything's super clean, and we're not going to have to worry about anything getting stuck and clacking anymore. But you should be able to tell the difference when I get the video shot. Also, you ever done this? It's a great idea. It's like the perfect amount of suction, and it stops you making a mess. So this is the stuff that I'm putting in. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. They're great product. So what you do is a cleaner. So you go ahead and you put it in there and you run it, and this stuff evaporates after an hour. So you just run it. Let's say it dissolves a little as 10 minutes of gasoline. So you just run it for like 10-15 minutes, and it should take care of all the issues. So I'll put this stuff in, and then we'll run it, and you'll be able to hear the difference. Every drop counts. There we go. So you can hear the first start up, still pretty clacky. I'll give it a couple minutes to see what happens. So I'm going to set the timer right now for 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and drain the oil. This is what the oil looks like just after running for like 15-20 minutes. And then I'm going to add new oil and see how she sounds. So this is my oil filters, my brand new one, my 20 minutes, and then my 30,000 miles. And this is what your oil filters look like afterwards. So just from looking at the one from 30,000 miles, you can see the reason why I've had such a bad problem with noise. There's so much dirt that got sucked into the filter, and pieces of filter can get sucked out of the filter and stuck in little passageways or timing chains and stuff like that. So if you have a stuck cam phaser solenoid or cam phaser, you could have a code like this. Just keep an eye out for it to check engine light. Howdy fixers. So that's how we usually get rid of a bad stuck lifter, bad cam phaser that's stuck open, or a cam phaser solenoid. All three of those have really small oil passages, so if you do go over your allotted period of time for an oil change, it just lengthens the amount of, or just makes so you have more dirt, more grit, all that stuff inside your engine, and it can cause stuff to stick and stuff to just give you issues. Other things is that you prolong your oil change. You can have pieces of your oil filter from like an element type like this one get pulled out and sucked through an oil passage and get stuck into like a timing cover tensioner. I've seen that before. So just make sure you do your oil changes. But this, as you can see, did a really good job. We did a really good job, and it sounds awesome now. It still sounds awesome. If you like this, just give me a like, give me a subscribe, tell a friend about it. Just remember, I'm not sponsored by BJuby by any means. But they're a great product. We've used them for years, and they're just a great product, because their product says what they can do, and they prove it over and over again. They also make an oil additive that you put every time with your oil. They also have a kit that's for flushing your whole entire engine, and if your car is like under 10 years old and under like 130,000 miles, they'll guarantee your engine basically with their product, which is crazy. But thanks for watching, and like I said, any questions or anything like that, comment down below, and I appreciate you guys watching. And the only reason I'm doing this stuff is because of you guys, and I really appreciate it. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.